turn left.
Okay, so this is my presentation on the Perugino, and this is a deep dive into like his artworks, and I chose one specific artwork, and so yeah, that's what my presentation is going to be on. So the artwork that I chose was Christ giving the keys to St. Peter's, and a lot of people know this as a significant event, especially if they believe in the Christian religion, because the Christian religion is obviously a very dominant one, and a lot of people read the Bible and stuff like that. So this was one of the main significant events that happened in the Bible, and this painting is often called the Delivery of the Keys, just because a lot of people came up with shorter versions or names to call this painting. The painting was a big monument in the Bible, and obviously, like I said before, it was a part of the Christian religion, and this is when Jesus was handing off the keys to Peter. And the painting represents what a lot of people didn't believe in God and Jesus and what they did for other people. They didn't believe that he was a forgiving person, but after seeing this event, it made more people believe in the religion and truly see what Jesus was all about and what he truly meant whenever he was saying that he was forgiving of others and what he would do for others. Even if they had sinned or they didn't believe that they would be forgiven, that Jesus always let people know and reminded them that he was there and that he would. So this painting was made around 1941 to 1942, and that was because the painting took a very long time to create. It was very big, and I'll get into that later, but it was a very big painting, and it just took a long time to make. So the number of years and time it took was very broad because of breaks and all that. And then the chapel, it was painted, that was in the background right here. This chapel was actually a new chapel that was painted, and he added it into his painting at the time to make it more significant to history, kind of showing like a timeline of what was happening during that time. And the chapel was obviously very important because of religion and other aspects to that. So the chapel was very important in that painting. And the artwork was so big that he had to call other painters, other famous painters that are listed here. They're kind of hard to name, but he had to call other people to come in and to come help him because he wasn't able to do the painting by himself. So he needed more people because of the long time that it was taking. And like I said before, it was located in an actual important chapel, and the chapel was called Sistine Chapel in the Vatican City. And that picture right there is what a painting of how he would look like. Um, so Perugino, he was very famous for all the different paintings that he made because they were different events and scenes from the Christian religion. And the handing of the keys was one of the bigger ones, so that's why it took more time, and it was more important because he pays a lot of attention into detail of the surroundings and what actually happened. And he liked all his paintings to have direct clarity and portray what was truly happening. He didn't use any other art skills to kind of create an illusion. He wanted to be upfront and tell a true story and wanted everyone to be able to look at the painting and understand the story and understand what it was actually trying to represent. And this painting shows Jesus and Peter talking, of course, and the discussion that was made between, and it kind of helped more people around in the community realize what true extremes Jesus would go to for his people. And the keys were said to be the keys to heaven, so that made it even more of an important event. And then this is another painting of what Perugino would look like. As you can tell, like in the background, there's a lot of attention to detail and different events like hills and valleys and stuff like that, and then also facial features, shading, and all that. And the painting, here's a up close look view of it. The painting consisted a lot of important people. Um, so Jesus is right here on the left, and Peter is down here on the right, and the keys are between them. And there's a lot of people walking around, a lot of commotion. But after a lot of people saw them come together, you can see the group of people who have come to watch and see. This is here is Mary, and a lot of people on the left are his disciples, and Perugino even painted himself on the right, um, painted himself into the picture. He pays a lot of attention to the background, so painting what the chapel would really look like, how the background looked, um, and just resembling the true effect of everything around at the time. He also painted a lot into hair and face, like I said, in the portrait. Like I said, into this portrait. Um, you can see all the shading and the ways that the hair would move and turn, and even mustache, facial hair. Um, and here you can see all the details in the sky, representing what kind of day it looked like. It looks a little gloomy that day, but the event was very big. And that's my presentation for Perugino whenever Christ was giving the keys to Peter.